This week, we got Nish. This week, we got Nish. This week, we got Nish. Now, I'm not too sure what's going on with Nish this year, but it's not looking good. No, last year I said some things that I shouldn't have said, but hey, I'm sorry about that. But Nish just, I'm not too sure what's going on this season. They're not doing good this season. And they're on pace to lose all their games. It's not looking good. But let's just get straight into this video, man. It's third season. We got Mr. Curtis Ware. D-line coach. We got Derek Carroll, Lauren Leach, and Daryl something. Got a female coach, I'm guessing. DB's coach. We got Caesar Trahan, wide receiver coach, Brody Griffin. Linebackers coach, Chad Pro something. O-line coach. We got Matt Dorr and Jonah Broussard. Now, last season, guys, this team was good. Maybe I got ahead of myself, but I didn't really look at their schedule. But last year's team will probably go down as one of probably the top 5 team in New Iberia history. They was 9-3. They finished season 7-3. Well, actually finished the season 8-2. I lost Acadiana, and then lost to Lafayette. 2 good defenses from last season. And yes, I said Lafayette had a good defense because they actually did. They scored a defensive touchdown on like their first 8 games. And last season against Lafayette, they won. They beat New Iberia on a defensive touchdown. Man, that neck is huge. But this year's Nish team, bro. Not sure what's happening, but last season, guys, offense was led by the running backs, Ty Fugile, and mostly just him. To be honest, really, it was just really led by him. To be honest, but this season, I'm not really sure who their offense is led by. I'm guessing Tyreek, Phillip. I'll just go with him, I guess. But this offense hasn't done that good this season. Defense has struggled. Defense held it down last week or the week before against Barb, I'm guessing. But defense and this whole entire team has struggled this season. I look at their roster. They don't have a lot of people on their roster. Got about like 50 people on their roster, and about 25 of those guys aren't playing. I'm not sure how much they switch out because I don't really know much anyone on the team this season, but it just hasn't been a good season. But they did their best, and it just sucks that they gotta go against Acadiana this season. Or this week. I'll get into that later. But look at their schedule. Well, let's talk about last season still. They lost to Zachary in the playoffs after they beat Southside. The first round, the first playoff win in 8 years, 7 years. He averaged 34.1 points a game, and our defense only allowed 18 points a game, 19 to be exact, if you round it up. Jamboree had Lorville. Not sure what the score was. As I said, they lost all the games so far this season, so every score I say is them losing. Burbridge 28-6, St. Martinville 27-16, Westgate 35-3, Sam Houston 16-10, Lafayette 35-14. Barb game, which I want to discuss after the schedule. Okay. Got Acadiana this week. Como, Sulphur, and Southside. Now, they might make the playoffs. Who knows what may happen. But they have a chance of beating Como and Sulphur. And I guess Southside. The offense got to win that game because the defense might not. Let's talk about the Barb game. Now, it really sucks for them. Could have been their first win of the season. And another thing I will mention, that they had two of the best D linemen from last season, Quinn Cook and Daquan Jones. And I think one of them is going to Texas Southern University. Congrats to you. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Quinn Cook. Whichever one is like 6'4". I think it's Quinn Cook. Congratulations to you. Talking about the Barb game, they were down like 14 points at first. Then it came back. Game was close. They scored a touchdown, made it 19-28. Then they scored another touchdown. Barb got it, and I think they went for it on 4th down, and they turned it over on downs. And then with like 20 seconds to go, the kicker, if I can recall from last season, was a pretty reliable kicker. He kicked I don't think the ball was blocked. It was potentially blocked, and they lost the game by 2 points. When the score was 28-26. It really sucks for them. Not they wanted their first win, but yeah. Now last year's team for them was real historic. Let's look at some of these scores they had and some of their wins. They had 59 points against Franklinville, 49 points against Como, 49-0 to be exact. 54-7 against Sulphur's garbage last season. 55 to I think 6 to South Terrebonne. Then 53-13 against Southside in the first round, I think. And their first playoff win since 2013, I think. Max Preps wasn't reliable. And as I mentioned, they lost to Zachary second round. Now let's look at the last 5 years, guys, for Acadiana versus Iberia. Scratch that. I want to go back to 2013. 12. Last time Acadiana lost to New Iberia, 2012, 34-41. That's when New Iberia was like legit, but they struggled recently. 2013, 28-6. The rest of these are losses. 42-13, 49-0, 42-0. That's 2016 when I was a sophomore. I should have gotten to that game, but for some reason they didn't put us in. Yeah. If anybody was on the team with me, that was the year that we lost to Zachary. In the 3rd round. 2017. 56-7. I don't remember getting in that game. Yes, I got into the game because I remember getting to the game. I was right tackle. Yeah, that was the year. Should went to the damn dome. Puka. Anyway, 27-7 my senior year. Probably one of the most boring games ever. That was the most boring game ever. We should have scored 60 points. That was a game when they scored literally in like the last 2 minutes. We should have destroyed them, but we didn't. 2019, 46-0 homecoming game. The last time Acadiana wore green and white. In last season, a game I'm going to discuss, 47-10. That game, guys, they didn't even gain over 110 yards. That was a game when Trey Bozier had 9 tackles as a defensive tackle. He had 5 in the first quarter. Hold up a second. But yeah, this team really struggled against Acadiana last season, like I expected. Things that happened in the game. Kevin scored twice. Jeremiah scored when no one even wasn't even by him. Maury scored. He had to get out of the game because of his hamstring. McDaniel caught a 20-yard pass. Drayden had a pick 6, and at halftime, bro, it was 28-3, man. At halftime, bro. Then the third quarter come up. We had the ball for 9 minutes. That game was really a year ago, which is crazy. And Titan scored, and I think Corey scored in that game, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, 41. It's 47-10, man. Let me see what's talking about. Oh yeah, this team struggling real bad. Okay, yeah, haven't. No, Iberia just been struggling. They got a sophomore quarterback in. I'm guessing he's decent. I really haven't looked at it also, but I don't really want to take this into consideration. But they lost a lot of players, but I don't want that to be the reason why they're not that good this season. Probably because last season they had a lot of seniors starting. Probably this year, he had a lot of players that hadn't really played before. But I wouldn't really give that as an excuse because, Acadiana I got the same thing. But Nish just had a bad year this season. But last year their team went down in history. But interesting fact, guys. 2020, from 2013 to 2020, Nish has scored a total of 43 points against Acadiana. I want you to think about this. Acadiana last game scored 65 points. So this means in the last 7 years Acadiana has faced Nish, they have not scored more than 50 points. Nish has scored 43 points in total against Acadiana in the last 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. In the last 8 years. That's an average of like 5.6. Hold up, let me. Yes, 5.6. They have averaged 5.6 points a game against Acadiana. And last year they shouldn't have even scored. Well, maybe one time because they put JV in. But Nish has averaged 5.6 points a game against Acadiana in the last 7 years. And Acadiana scored more points last game than Nish scored against Acadiana in the last 7 years. 8 years. Well, 8 games. That's insane. But the person on Acadiana's offense who needs to step up the most in this game is Jaden. Cause though they're 0-7, Nish got some good defensive players. Jalen Washington, he's pretty big. And like I mentioned earlier, Cook and Jones, they're good. But Jaden, not sure what's going on this season, man, but he need to get intense this game because they got some good defensive players, and the Nish game was a game where we had given up the most sacks out of any game. Yes, most sacks we had ever given up the whole entire season. It was like 3, I think. But gotta make sure he step up because he's our biggest old lineman. Well, he's Acadiana's biggest player, like size wise. So he gotta step up. Cause I'm not really too sure what's going on. And most importantly, the whole online gotta step up, bro. You need to show some intensity, bro. Everyone has their moments, but it's just not consistent a lot. Defensively, person gotta step up. I really don't know, to be honest. I guess I'll go again with Walter. Well, Isaiah. I'm gonna go with Isaiah Hiltz because he hasn't really recorded any stats at all this season, and with an O line that's not particularly that good. This should be his opportunity to record about at least 5 tackles. Because as you seen with Travis Bozier last season, we went up against some good old lines last season, sorta. And Artravian, he hadn't really recorded a bunch of stats in most of those games, even after that or before. And then when the Iberia game came, he had 9 friggin' tackles as a D tackle. So Isaiah is gonna have to step up this season, or this game against a little bit a sort of decent O line, but person on this you gotta step up. I don't really know. I don't really know none of the offensive players. I know like maybe 6 players on their team this season. Sadly they had to use a lot of players. Michael Atkins, who probably he got a chance to go to the NFL, but they just lost a lot of players. I'll just give him that excuse. But I think Acadiana will drop 56 on his team. I think the score will be 56-3. I'm going to be ticked off if they don't score 56 points. And I just Nish, good luck to all the rest of the season after this game. But if y'all want to win this game, y'all just gotta make sure y'all work extremely hard this weekend in practice. Maybe I should have done this video the way I'm doing it. Thought I heard something. But just keep fighting. The thing for this game is make the Rams see double, but I don't think this team is going to even score double digits. But that's their thing. Make the Rams see double, but to be honest, I don't see this team scoring double digits. They have a chance though. But I don't care if it's Nish, Dish, New Iberia, Iberia Bank, Money in the Bank, Sasha Banks, New Jack City, Jack Black, New Jackets, Yellow Jackets, Blue Jacket, Red Jacket, Jack in the Box, Newport. Do I even have to say it, bro? Do I even have to say Rams in quarters? 4 quarters, bro. I don't think I will. Brazy 4 quarters!